Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Super Robot Wars J. And there's only one thing you'd really need for a secret later. There's one thing you need to do in this stage, and that's let Edgy have a battle encounter with Gale. So that means just have Edgy fight Gale. And let me make sure that there aren't any more prerequisites or requirements you need to do. And doesn't look like there's anything. So you should be A-okay at just doing that. And, I guess I should mention this. This is being uploaded as the same day as episode 13.5, mainly because I forgot to upload 13.5. So, yeah, that's my fault. But it shouldn't be too big of an issue either way. This and 13.5 will be uploaded at the same day. Not a big issue, but something I need to mention. And oh, what's going on here? Looks like Kira and Flay are getting closer. Aquatic mobile suits. Ah, yes, this stage. This stage is where you really need to pay attention to what kind of attacks you're using. And I'll talk more about that once that part becomes relevant. The toy box. Sounds interesting. Mithril. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, D-Boy can't fight for right now. Oh no, yeah, he went off with the others to the Outer Space Development Group headquarters. Forgot about that. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, not Jovian lizards again. He said lizards. Very, very... I didn't say it right there. No, it's lizards. Lizards. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's those things. Yeah, we fought them back on Mars. Yeah. Yeah, they don't know we survived. Okay, so I don't think we ever see any Gordosian warships as far as I can remember. Yeah, yeah. I don't think we ever see them. I think because of the reason AG said there, that they're just kind of, they don't kind of fight. They don't. We can't exactly damage them. So I guess that's why. And the warships they do use looks like it's the warships from the Nadesco series. It looks like the Gradosians are just using that technology, I guess. I'm fairly certain those warships are from the Nadesco series. And they're used by the, yeah. Wait a minute, yeah, it's a combination of, no, Jovian lizards. Yeah, I think this is a combination of units from, whatchamacallit, the enemies from the Nadesco and the Gordosian units. So I think there's a combination of series, a combination of enemy units here from different series. I think. I never. Oh, whoopsie! I didn't. Oh well. I didn't see that while editing, but that's not big of an issue. What he essentially said is that Gradosians are dropping down. Huzzah. Nope, we're alive. Yeah, I'm gonna try to not let that happen, but yeah, there'll be occasional points where I accidentally speed up through dialogue, but you still should be able to read it if you pause the video, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. It's a problem, but eh. Hairless earth monkeys. Again with the monkey thing. They're just like us. I don't get it. Oh no. Wow. Well, guess we gotta go fight them now. But yeah, overall the stage isn't difficult at all. It's pretty much just a bunch of you just fighting Mook units again. There's nothing in particular you really need to do here. Until a little bit later, anyway. I'm certain those Canonobos are from Nadesco, but, well, I guess it's not worth worrying about anymore. Yeah, you primarily want to attack those big guys with your most damaging units. I don't know if the brains can do much of them, but the Grand Teed and the Archangels should be able to do the most amount of damage to those. I'll call them warships. Why not? It's not wrong. And they're all attacking the Grand Teed, and the Grand Teed can take them out pretty quickly. But if you got this far, you can deal with most most of the first waves from now on. There really isn't anything you can't handle unless you aren't really smart. Or you get really unlucky. Oh, whoops. That was just me accidentally skipping that because I just wanted to skip through the what is it? The enemy turn? Or yeah. And then I didn't realize that there was dialogue and I skipped through it. That wasn't editing, that was me messing up while I was recording, but wasn't like something too important. Just a bit of dialogue between Toya and Gale. So anyway, this is the battle encounter that Edgy should have with Gale. I just realized they both sent out missiles here. And not that it really means anything. Oh, what does he mean? What's going on? What's going on? Max. He just killed Gale in one shot. Gale? And he's dead. Well, that's depressing. And this is our first instance of an enemy actually using spirits, and they can be quite dangerous because, you know, they use spirits. Julia used aim and some other spirits. I think Invis was one of them. If not, Alert was. But I think she used Guard as well. But either way, she used a bunch of spirits, so use a bunch of your spirits to counteract that, like Alert and aim. Alert should override her aim, or, well, it's called Strike in this one, isn't it? Yeah, Strike. Sorry about that. I meant Strike when I said aim. And I believe she used the Valor as well, which means her next attack does double the damage, so... Yep. Yeah, that wasn't good. There, we got rid of her alert. And that's pretty much how you deal with enemies that use spirits. It's very rare that they ever do. You find that kind of interesting. They actually had dialogue for the brains. But yeah, what was it talking about again? Yeah, when fighting enemies with spirits. Although they happen very rarely, how you want to deal with them is you want to use your own spirits to counteract theirs. And then finish them off. That's pretty much how you deal with any enemy that uses spirits in these Super Robot Wars games. I should mention that Edgy has a power-up here, as I'll call it, that isn't available right from the get-go. We have it for the rest of this stage. Well, actually for the rest of this, actually only for a little bit. We don't actually have the laser for the entire stage. But, yeah, he has a new attack in that form. And I think his stats are a little bit better, too. Unfortunately, I don't hit with the attack. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But, I do show what the beginning part of it looks like, anyway. Because, you know, AG misses. Edgy, AG, whatever. Now, I believe AG's unit, while he uses the VMAX, is known as the Blue Comet. At least that's the name of the stage, I think. Or one of the stages down the line, anyway. And that's kind of a... What is it? The opposite of Char, who's known as the Red Comet. So, I think there actually is some dialogue between AG and Char about that in one of these Super Robot Wars games that Lazener's in. I recall seeing that somewhere, or reading it somewhere, but I don't remember which game, so, well, you know, take my info with a grain of salt. And there goes Carla. And she's done for. Although not dead, she just kind of ran away. Oh no, Zaf submarines. And if you notice, they're all underwater. And so are the other Zaf units that are gonna pop up. So yeah, this is a good time to mention about underwater combat. Now, it's essentially the same as, you know, above ground combat, only that some attacks actually won't hit enemies underwater, and not all units can go underwater. Like I don't think these Sky Graspers can. And beam weapons don't work against enemies that are in the water. Now, I don't believe this is true for all Super Robot Wars games, but it is for this one. So keep that in mind, and it refers, and all beam weapons work like this, even ones from not necessarily from the Gundam series. So you need to keep this in mind. The brain-powered units can go underwater without an issue at all. I don't recall if they actually take advantage of that, but yeah. Units that don't... Oh, but beam sabers work just fine. Because you're up close and personal instead of far away. But yeah, beam sabers just fine. And one weapon of the Archangel does work, even though it looks like a beam weapon. I forget which one is it, but the game automatically chose the best one for the Archangel, and as you can see there, you'll just do 10 damage. I think that does 10 damage as well. Yep. So yeah, if you're wondering why your attacks were doing so little damage on this stage, it's because they're underwater. Underwater. And as you can see, we're fighting the G units again. I think the brain-powered beam weapons work just fine, but don't quote me on that. There goes the Grand Team's combo attacks. Oh yeah, yeah. The only long-range attack Kira has would be his head Vulcans. Not sure what they're called. Igelstalung. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'm just gonna call them head Vulcans. Oh, the sledgehammers look like they actually did something. Valiant Mark 8 maybe. Yeah, looks like that's doing something too. But yeah, everything's going so fast. That's mainly because how long the video was, and I just wanted to get a move on. Oh hey, yeah, Zach has a new, his unit's different, and this is what I was talking about earlier. So when you defeat Yazak, it'll just get rid of his extra part, I guess, if you want to call it that. Attachment pack, I'm not sure what you'd call it. But, and he'll go back to how he was before. Otherwise, he isn't anything too special, his stats are a little bit better. But, do what you usually do and he'll be down in no time. The damage was even. Oh. Yeah, that's why I always say watch out for the warships, because I've had a lot of experience with them just instantly one-shotting a unit because I thought they could dodge, but you know, turns out they couldn't. Usually you just need to be careful with the SBT units and some of the smaller units that don't have a shield of any kind. You know, I was thinking whether or not I wanted to get that ending I heard about, but I haven't come up with it. I haven't seen any concrete information on that. So I think I'm just gonna go for the just one of the ending with Tania, because I've actually gotten used to using Tania spirits, and I don't feel like using the other guys. The other what is it? I forget their names. Malua, and I forget the other one, the other girl. And there's Yazak still in the duel. Jesus. I can't speak English, I guess. What do you mean, Kira? Its equipment is exactly the same because, well, Toya got rid of its new equipment. I think that cut-in was there before. But well, it's there now. But yeah, the mechanic I really underutilized. I know this is a different topic, but the mechanic I really underutilized when I originally played this game was the warship mechanic, where you can put units in there and have them recover energy in the end. Because I didn't use it, and I didn't use warships, even though they're useful units. I just never used them, and that's. I know I've said this many times, but just use these warships. Don't be like me in my first playthrough, where I was really bad at this game. This was the first Super Wars game I played, and I was pretty bad at it. But now I've played so many that I like to think that I'm good at them. I think R, was it? Or was it D? Yeah, it was D, where it actually had a nice Super Robot Wars D where it was pretty challenging, but it wasn't that but it was pretty fair even though it was challenging, if I recall correctly. Wow, I didn't realize Yazak said shit there. But I suppose that isn't out of the ordinary, now that I think about it, for Japanese games. And there goes Miguel. He ran away. And we only have one enemy unit left, and that's Nicole, I believe. There aren't any more enemy reinforcements, so you're good at doing whatever you want on Nicole. I think, yeah, Nicole. And then I find out his name is pronounced like Nikel or something. See you later. Is Edgy alright? Well. Yeah. Oh wow. Sorry about that, I didn't realize there was a... that was a car. It's really loud. But anyway, what's with Kira? Ah, yeah, that's right. He's sort of seeing what could happen with him, between him and Athrun, with Edgy and Gale. Oh, Kira, you're being played like a fiddle. Yes, but it seems like Flay just wants to have Kira fight. And it doesn't seem like she cares for him, but I've never seen the actual show, so I'm not sure if maybe she actually does eventually develop feelings or not. I don't think it's quite obvious in this game because of the, you know, portraits. Huh. Pegasus. Yeah. So we just need to find something that can contain it. So it looks like there's somewhere in North America. Right? Yeah. Oh. What have they been doing? But it looks like Sai is pretty understanding overall. Like he gets pretty angry, but he's not like he doesn't ever get angry enough at Kira, to be honest, not from what I see in here. But I don't think Have I'm trying to remember. But I think that's just from what I see from the game. I'm trying to remember if there was some where if there was a scene where Sai got really angry at Kieran. I don't recall any, but there might be a scene like that. Oh my god. Katia, that's her name. Playing around with the pin. Stop that. Anyway, we're going back to North America, huh? Oh, what's he trying it with? Looks like D-Boy can become a Tekka Man again. Oh boy. Well, anyway, it's the end of this episode. So I hope to see you guys again next time, whenever that is. Bye.